Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Bunch of Nuts podcast. I'm Dan. I'm live here with Big Cass. It's beautiful, Cass. I'm taking it all in. We have NFL Network on right now, preseason games, Giants, Patriots. It's nothing special. Trey Nixon looks really good for the Patriots. And we got NFL Network has a giant slate on Saturday, 4 games in a row all day. It's kind of like a mini week 0, in my opinion. It's beautiful. But
Bengals Browns play tomorrow.
They do. It's going to be a great game. Cass, football is officially here. I feel like we're moving now with training camp. In the middle of training camp, it's the dog days of summer, but we're almost out of there. It's almost fall. And you're hanging up something.
I can't. You can't see it, but it's my high school football schedule. High school football here in the state of Ohio starts next week. I got 10 games this year. A lot of great matchups. Our network does have Pick North, Pick Central on September 9th. Unfortunately, I will not be doing that game. I wish I was, but I will be doing a Division 7 game that night between Burn Union and Fairfield Christian. But yeah, we have some good teams. Bishop Hartley's won some state championships. I'm doing that game against Canal, week 3. Good start. High school football starts next week. NFL's preseason's going on. Week 0 is 2 weeks away. We were just discussing that after but man,
we've made it. We're
here,
on.
bro. We're here, bro. I wake up this morning to take the dog out for a walk. I asked my wife, I was like, what time does the Buckeyes play? Because it felt like a late September crisp morning, didn't it?
It did. I have a hoodie on right now. It was cold. Like I had the fireplace on. It was a little chilly. It's been chilly, and I'm ready, Cass. I'm ready. In fact, I have a big announcement.
And this dude right here turning heads at Saints camp. Yeah, I can't wait to watch him play either.
I have a big announcement. I've completely forgot to mention this. So I've had this band that I got this a week before we won the national championship in 2015. It's faded now. There's nothing on it, but I picked up, someone gave me a new band, an Ohio State one, a red one. I'm just saying, last time I got a new band, we won the national championship. Cass,
last time we got new turf, we won a national championship.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I'm feeling good this year. I'm feeling good.
I am too, man. And it feels good because what we're hearing out of camp, the defense is looking pretty good. If you looked at the videos, they stuffed Mayan Williams a couple times. But granted, it was 2s against 1s. 2s against projected 2s right as of right now, because that was JTT and Jack Sawyer on that defensive line against the number 2's offense. A little concerning for Donovan Jackson in those highlights, though.
I love Cass, though. We were getting the physicality from both sides. They definitely have to clean up some things. You're absolutely right.
It's week 2 of the camp, though.
There was like you said, number 74. He did have a downfield blocking, like a holding penalty on one of the Mayan Williams runs. But both sides of the ball are showing really tough aggression. I think they're taking last year personally. The linebackers, I thought, could be a step faster. Tackles could get off the ball a little better, I thought. But for the most part, I was really happy with just the effort. And that's all what it's about, effort and just grinding. And those guys are doing it.
It's just the mentality that the coaches are bringing to this football team. You have Jim Knowles coming out and said, well, I thought Ryan Day would say it better if we were a top 5 defense. That's my expectation. You want that as your defensive coordinator, that expectation to put that fire in this defense that we haven't seen since 2019. A lot of people forget how good that 2019 defense was. All honesty, I don't think in 2019 the reason why we got screwed in the Sugar Bowl. I was talking with my dad about this. I think the reason why we got screwed in the Sugar Bowl going to the national championship because they didn't want to see that Joe Burrow Ohio State matchup because
that could have been tough.
I think just the way Joe Burrow, brings himself out, and then But honestly, I think we on defense we matched up better with LSU. But
think about this, Cass. If Joe Burrow cooks us in that national championship, we lose to Joe Burrow. I feel like I would rather just lose to Clemson because it's like we let that guy get away. Like I feel like the Clemson loss would have been. I could honestly take that more, even though we got cheated. Because then I know at least like we got cheated. That one we just let slip through our fingers. Yeah. Joe Burrow cooked us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad because I call Joe. A lot of people got nicknames for Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty, Joe Burr. You know, I call him BDE, Big Dick Energy Joe. But I mean, that's the way he is. But you know what? That's what Jim Knowles is bringing to this attitude of this defense. He's bringing that BDE attitude to this defense that we haven't seen since 2019. And I think, and just what we've been hearing, Steel Chambers and Eichenberg are really, really flashing. And by the way, how can you not have number 14 off the field? I think number 14, Ronnie Hickman. What we're hearing around those three guys as veteran leaders is unbelievable. And then you got the super sophomores, JTT and Jack Sawyer. I mean,
and you're absolutely right, Cass. And what's going to be amazing is their development, because with the guys like that, you know, they're going to be studs because they played as a true freshman. They both had made plays. Chase Young, I believe, his freshman year had 2.5 sacks, which is kind of like a good player. And then like the next year, he gets an extra year of development. Like we basically have 2 Chase Youngs coming in. It's a start, is what I'm saying.
And we're a groin injury away in 2018 of having Nick Bosa and Chase Young on each side.
This could be honestly the Nick Bosa, Chase Young, and then we have obviously Tyleik Williams, who looks agile. You see him doing the drills. That's like a Vince Wilfork, Vince Wilfork.
I mean, I know they're going to rotate guys, but how are you not going to have Tyleik Williams and Teron Vincent on the field at the same time? Like, it's going to be hard because they play the same position. That it really is. But Teron Vincent is really, really balling too. It's honestly, I mean, this defensive line, we're going to rotate guys. We already do, but I want to see somebody. We have 2 good 3 techniques, Tyleik Williams and Teron Vincent. Who's going to be the BB Landers type guy that's going to play inside that A gap? That's who.
Probably Jerron Cage.
I mean, it's going to be Jerron Cage, obviously, but BB Landers, he may not have had a lot of tackles, but the dude disrupted so much.
What about Baby Hamilton? Maybe we can see Baby Hamilton making some moves, or Hall. I feel like Hall. I'd be a mix, but I think of Hall, Hamilton, or Cage there. I think is a guy who would seize that, in my opinion. I feel like that's like almost like a little disruptor role, because all those guys are kind of pesky like BB when I watch them play.
And I do like the fact that, you know, offensively, the offensive line keeps getting better. I guess, you know, Justin Fry is bringing that aggression in that offensive line that we haven't had in quite some time. I mean, it's been a long time since we've had an aggressive offensive line, which could bite us in the ass at one point. But even Yoder came out and said, boy, if that defensive line gets that pit, he retweeted Zach Smith's post about the, you know, Mayan Williams getting stuff. Even Yoder said, if this is the defense, if this is the deep front 7 that we're going to face again in November, watch out. Like, I mean, even Yoder, who trolls Ohio State more than anybody I know.
Yeah. No, I mean, you brought up the point too, like it's an aggressive offensive line. That's good, because usually when a team gets beat, it's because their offensive line wasn't aggressive. They just got like, you know, beaten and just made like a sissy, and just, you know, they're soft. Like I feel like if an offensive line can continue that controlled aggression throughout an entire game, you're probably going to win or come very close, because you're always going to be pushing them off the ball.
Absolutely. And then of course, you know, we have been hearing about the secondary, the corners position's got some injuries. Ryan Day said he's not too worried, but I've been hearing Jordan Hancock's turning head. Lathan Ransom's looking pretty good. We got so many.
He's healthy.
Yeah, it's good. He's healthy. And I've heard Josh Proctor looks pretty good too.
He looks mobile for sure.
So it's a lot of good things to have. So, you know, later on in the show, before we end, we're gonna play some little games. But the big news this week, we're gonna switch gears here. The big news this week, the bulk of our show, the TV deal. The TV deal.
Crazy. This is going to have ramifications. We're going to get screwed by some selection committee for sure because of this. But
I don't think so. But I think what Fox, NBC, and CBS did was okay. I mean, what the Big Ten did basically forced the hand of Notre Dame.
I am psyched to be joining CBS. They have a great intro. I think they'll embrace us now that we're part of the network. I think we won't get that bias as much.
Let me tell you, that night I told you I wasn't feeling CBS. Remember that? I told you that. The very next day I tweeted that video where somebody edited the CBS on NBC or Big Ten on CBS. As soon as somebody edited an intro,
it looked good.
I told you, I was like, oh man, this is made. My concern is what Gary Danielson's gonna do. The dude hates the Big Ten.
I think he'll be fine. I think he will come to like us.
I think he will too. I mean, it's his job. Really, it's his job to stick up for the SEC. It really is. Now their job's going to be sticking up for the Big Ten.
I think we'll be surprised. I think he'll come around on us. I know a lot of people were like, dude, no way. I think he's one commentator who, if he does a couple of our games, understands the tradition, the pageantry, and actually, gets to know our fan base, I think he would come around.
Yeah, I think so too. My thing is primetime games on NBC. I do like it because I do like Sunday Night Football. But can we get more of an exciting announcer than Mike Tirico?
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeesh.
But could NBC offer a max deal to Joel Klatt and Gus Johnson?
See, I feel like announcers are definitely going to move now. That's what it's definitely looking like.
Brad Nessler's not leaving CBS though.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Honestly, I know a lot of people.
Maybe they just get a different announcer.
I could see this too because now that ESPN is going to have two conferences, ACC and SEC. Okay, I could see a guy like I know I don't care for he's good. He's a good announcer, but it's like his mindset sometimes. I could see NBC offering a deal like they did Maria Taylor to Joe Tessitore. Joe Tessitore has that voice.
I like Joe Tessitore.
I don't like what he said about but that's he or she say whatever.
Yeah.
It's his voice.
His voice.
His voice is great, and you could get somebody. But now it forces the hand of Notre Dame. Big Ten said, "Hey, we got this massive deal with the NBC. What are you going to do, Notre Dame?"
What if they just get some football player? I feel like they need to mold someone, a former football player. Well, Joey Galloway.
Well, they could get Joe Tessitore and bring Galloway as
color. Yeah, there you go. Or I'm trying to think, who could we get from Ohio State to as our plan? Well, we need to do Herb Street. Cardale.
Herb Street's doing Amazon with Thursday Night Football on NFL. But no, Herb Street's not. ESPN is not letting Herb Street walk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we need. If we could get one Buckeye to be in the booth cast, who would it be? If you could pick any Buckeye.
How about Pat McAfee and AJ Hawk?
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that'd be great. That would be awesome. Okay,
Joe Tessitore, play-by-play. AJ Hawk, color analyst. Pat McAfee, sideline. Get it right now.
NBC or something. That'd be great.
But it will be Maria. Electric. Honestly, your college football show will be Maria Taylor and some Joe Schmoes, former guys. But Fox, big noon kickoff, man. These networks are gonna big noon kickoff's gonna.
All right, put Maria Taylor and what was his name?
Bring Drew Brees back.
Put Maria Taylor in the booth with what's his name, Drew Brees or someone, and then McAfee and AJ Hawk on the sidelines, and then they just go to the opposite sidelines and they just mess.
Honestly, Joe Tessitore, Drew Brees, and Maria Taylor, NBC college football primetime
for the Big Ten too. That works because Drew Brees is the Big Ten quarterback from Purdue. Tessitore professional, Maria really good professional.
And what about Sean McDonough?
Yeah, no, I mean, the Michigan State game he called was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, even Brian Greasy, when I know he's making a lot of
Yeah.
money. I know Brian Greasy's over at San Francisco coaching quarterbacks, but Brian Greasy, I know he's a Michigan guy. But Charles Woodson.
Oh God.
I'm just kidding.
Oh God. No.
What about Herbs?
I can see that.
Urban's no,
He's
Urban's
more,
on the show. He's on the
no,
show.
he's more of a pregame guy. He's not. I don't think Urban has the longevity to do the entire,
Yeah.
3-hour game.
Let me see. Think of old Ohio State player. Bobby Carpenter.
Yeah. Yes, that's a great pick. That's right in front of us too.
I mean, I do like Joe. I like Drew Brees the most. I really do. Like, because he was a quarterback. He very, all Big Ten quarterback with Purdue. He didn't come from one of the big name schools. Kind of, that's why I like Joel Klatt. He came from Colorado. He didn't come from Texas or anything. I think that's why I like Joel Klatt a lot, is because he came from Colorado. Like, I think Drew Brees, who was a Hall of Fame NFL quarterback, I think he would be a great color analyst for college football. But will he do college football? I think his
Probably
sights are
not.
the NFL.
Yeah. I think he's a guy who could absolutely thrive in college football though. I think a lot of people would listen to him if he were to come to college football, but it's Cass, like I always say, it's officially going to be, football's right around the corner when some, conference changing news happens 2 weeks before the season. It did. It was, it used to be the Urban Meyer thing, Urban Meyer, Zach Smith. Season gets canceled. Last year, what was it? The Alliance or something? I don't know. Something happened. I was like, what's happening? Now this. So we're here. It's football season.
But it does suck that game day will no longer be on a Big Ten campus. Basically.
Well, yeah, I have a hot take. I feel like for some reason this is gonna be like Lee Corso's last year at game day. I hope not, but like I am prepared for that just mentally. Like
David Pollock's in line to take his place majority.
I know. I just don't think I'm mentally prepared for that day is what I'm saying. I will be a wreck.
I'll just be glad that I don't have to see Desmond Howard.
Which by my calculations, we're about maybe 10 days from him saying something stupid. We're in the time frame.
Well, he already said it.
What he said?
He already said that he thinks that right now Michigan's wide receiver room is better than Ohio State's.
Yep. And that's there we are. Right on cue.
He said it last week, I think. Yeah. Man, no, he said it 2 weeks ago when we had Blake Steele on.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Because remember, I asked if he had CTE.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, the TV deal really, I broke it down as a joke. I broke it down, people. Don't laugh at me or anything. Don't make fun of me. But I broke down the Big Ten tier on who's going to be broadcasted where. Okay? Hear me out. All right, so let's break it down. On the main Fox, NBC, CBS networks, you'll only see Penn State, Michigan, USC, Nebraska, and Ohio State on the main channels. Okay, Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, Wisconsin. I'll actually put Wisconsin up in that tier 1. Okay, Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, you'll see UCLA, Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan State, and Maryland. CBSN and NBC network, you'll see Purdue, Northwestern, Indiana, and Illinois. And BTN, you'll get Rutgers.
I feel like Rutgers, Purdue.
I'm just kidding,
Indiana,
by the way.
Minnesota, BTN. They'll get 3 of them.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I mean, you could honestly see not many games on BTN now. And I think BTN would be okay with that.
I mean, when a game's on BTN, I'm not gonna lie, I hate it. It's just not. The energy's not there.
I mean, it sucks. You got Brandon Gaudin, who sucks on Madden. Like, I wish they'd get rid of him on Madden. And you have, well, this year will probably be Josh Perry, which Josh Perry's good.
He's all right. Yeah, he's pretty good. It's weird. What's really weird is, all right, Josh Perry's story. I go to the gas station right across the street when I gas it up at the Shell. And I'm pumping it, and it's like, this is Josh Perry with Cheddar News. And I'm like, why is Josh Perry on the gasoline like monitor as I'm pumping this? And he always spits out like a random fact of the day. And I'm just so like, why is Josh Perry on here right now? How did this happen?
Doing Cheddar News.
Yeah, I'm like, how did this happen? This is
well,
weird.
It's just
but
like
he's great.
Yeah, it's just like Apple TV is in negotiations with the Big Ten. What are you going to put on Apple TV? Tennis, soccer? Like, I mean, Apple TV could be interesting if you're a Northwestern fan.
Yeah, yeah.
But but we do got to start. I think next week we were talking about we got to we'll break down positions and stuff like that, and then preview week 0, but we'll also preview preview the season and preview the Big Ten. Like, we're not going to go as far as like previewing each conference, but we'll do our playoff predictions and conference champions.
Yeah, because then we're going to do the in-depth like analysis, like the game week when we play, like Rutgers and Maryland. Like, we'll go deep into them. There's no point in going semi-deep into everyone, kind of rushing it, but we'll just do like an overall encompassing of the conference next week, Cass. Something interesting. 11 Warriors posted this. I love this. Ohio State listed as a double-digit favorite in every major regular season game. To add to that, I saw Ohio State. They had such high odds. I think it was like -150 or -140 to make the playoff, but you could bet Ohio State +200 to not make the playoff. So if you want to ever hedge, throw what I would do as a gambling man. I think I found the hack is you're going to bet Ohio. You're going to take that bet, throw like $40 on that one for them to not make the playoff. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bet Ohio State heavy money line every game until Ohio State loses. And then you just stop betting. You probably would have won a bunch of bets by that point. And then if they don't make the playoff, you're hedged, but that's easy profit. I'm telling you, Cass. Maybe I would bet heavy again in the Michigan game because you're still ahead. That's how I approach it. I think that's safer than anything in the stock market this season. And that's called diversification.
It's safer than Joe Biden's son's laptop.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's crazy what's going on with that.
I don't really care, but I had to throw that out there. As a
I do have the spreads though from that 11 Warriors article. Notre versus Notre Dame -14.5. I'm taking Ohio State. Any day there. Arkansas State, they did not list the spread. Toledo, they did not list the spread. That's going to be like 60.
Arkansas State will probably be a 30-point spread.
Yeah, you know what? They might give us a little bit of fits. I don't know. But one year Miami was like a 60-point spread, and we easily obliterated that. Wisconsin -15, or we're at -15. Rutgers, they did not list it. Michigan State -13, which is actually our second closest margin. It's then versus Iowa -20.5. That one might be a trap. Penn State -12.5, and then every other one is Northwestern, Indiana, Maryland. They don't have them yet. They need more information, apparently. Michigan -14. So it's interesting that Penn State and Michigan State are projected to be our closest games and not Michigan and Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting. I mean, I think they're still going to be double-digit no matter what against everybody. They're almost triple-digit against Arkansas State. I mean.
Yeah, we'll see.
But there is some games where if I was in Vegas, I'm taking, like, for instance, Penn State. I would put $10 Penn State covers. You know what I mean? I would. I really, literally would.
And that's how they get you. Because in Ohio State wins that one by 30.
Yeah. But that's the only that's the only game right now that I think I would take the opposite team, the opponent, with the spread. You know what I mean?
It looks really good. And I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but it just looks really good when you look down the schedule and you see how big the spread is in every game.
Well,
I'm feeling good looking at that.
Alabama and Ohio State, the only two teams that are double-digit spreads in every game. But I think that changes because I really like Tennessee this year, and that's my upset pick this year. If Alabama goes down in the season, it's against Tennessee. That's because it's in Knoxville.
That's going to be because that's Ohio State's bye week. That's going to be such a great game to watch during our bye week. I'm excited. Last year was kind of fun too. Tennessee they played them tough last year. And then they got obviously Hendon Hooker, not Joe Milton, Hendon Hooker, but Joe Milton might come in. You never know. I mean, they're supposed to have a potent offense. They said a couple articles saying they're supposed to have a potent offense. Maybe Joe Milton comes in, throws a couple touchdowns, gets the win.
All right, Dan, since you're a betting man, I want to play a game with you. I'm going to name some players, and I'm going to do some fun stats here. Over under. We're going to do the over under, and it's Dan's over under. It's kind of like Degenerate T-Bone on 97.1. I'm going to make like Dan's. I got to call it something. Like Dan is the betting man between the two of us. Yeah, we got to do like it's not degenerate because
degenerate Dan.
Dan's not a degenerate like T-Bone, but we got to have something fun. If anybody out there wants to come in this segment, we're going to try to do it every week. I got to remind myself to do this every week. Where I'll go down through it. Where Dan's going to do the odds for most of the games, and then I'll do fun stupid odds like I'm about to do right now.
Let's do it. Right.
CJ Stroud. I'm projecting, okay? Over under 45 touchdowns this year.
Over. Easy. It's like total touchdowns, rushing and passing.
Yes.
Easy over. Next.
Travion Henderson, total scrimmage yards, 2,200 yards. You're talking about receiving too, by the way. Total scrimmage yards.
Over.
Jackson Smith and Jigma needs 1,600 yards to become the all-time. No, he needs 1,600 yards to become the all-time leading receiving yards in Ohio State history. Does he get it? Under.
He comes back for his senior year to get it. That's what's going to happen. He's going to be like,
if they play 15 games, he has a shot.
He does easy, but let's hope he comes up like 200 yards too shy. And he's like, oh, got to come back for my senior year.
Over under 9 touchdown receptions by Marvin Harrison Jr.
Over.
You got over? You think he goes over that?
Yes. Yeah. A lot of opportunities.
All right. This has to do with Noah Ruggles. Over under missed field goals. 3.
Under. He only missed like 1 last year, I think, right?
That's something like that.
Yeah. Even if he misses 2, easy.
Over under 6 sacks for Jack Sawyer.
Over. The dude had so many sacks his first year, and he barely played.
JTT 9.
Under. Yeah, he will be great this year. He will have, I think, over double-digit TFLs, but I do see him 6-7 range in sacks. That's still a great season, and I think he's going to be super invaluable. He's gonna play better than 7 sacks, but I don't think he hasn't refined his pass rushing just yet. I think Sawyer's a much better pass rusher.
Combined interceptions between Cam Brown and Denzel Burke, 8 over under.
Under. It's because it's going to be. It's just tough for corner because they're lockdown corners. Those guys, so it's going to be. They're on islands usually. It's sometimes they're not even throwing them that way. I feel like. I don't know. I just feel like that's going to be under. It's interceptions are so hard at the corner position.
Okay. All right. Over under. You're going to like this one. Targeting penalties by Josh Proctor. I'm going to go with 4.
Under, well, I don't think has he ever, I don't think he's gotten ejected once for targeting.
No, but he put the wood on, he's put the wood on some players.
He's due. He's 100% due, but he's never gotten ejected for targeting. Right. So
what about combined? Under. What about combined between him and Steel Chambers 4?
Under. I think it's still under, to be, believe it or not. That's a lot of games, a lot of time to get ejected for targeting. 2 games. That's like the equivalent of soccer, just getting 2 guys getting red cards. I feel like it's still got to be under. I think 2 should be a fair line. 2 combined.
All right. This has nothing to do with the Buckeyes, but over under starts for Isaiah Prince at left tackle for the Bengals. 1.
Sorry, bud. I'm gonna say over.
You think somebody gets hurt?
Yeah, so it's bro. See, he started on a Super Bowl squad last year. I know obviously you got La'el Collins and Jonah Jackson. One of those guys is definitely gonna miss a week or 2. I think that's a lock, and then they're gonna put Prince in over 1 for sure.
All right. The last one. Big Cass has already bought 2. Over under on how many more jerseys he buys this year. He's already at 2. How many more does he think he buys?
Jeez, that's tough.
I only bought 2 last year.
Well, let's see. We got the holidays coming up. I'm gonna say over 3.
I do have one in my cart, but I don't.
DHgate owes me a refund, by the way. DHgate, I've messaged your customer service literally for 2 weeks, and you're like, "Oh, just message the seller to refund you." And I have. I keep telling you, I have the screenshot, and he's not refunding me. Give me my $80, please.
It's China. I mean,
oh, they're running me around. They're trying to make this a Taiwan issue, and I'm like, this is not a Taiwan issue. This is me versus my jersey issue. This is you did not deliver my Zach Wilson to me.
You're Zach Milfson. Anyways, that was a little fun game. I'm gonna try to do that. I got to remind myself, just like silly ones, like, of course, I'll pick. We're gonna do our pick'ems this year again. I kind of like, there was a league on Yahoo Fantasy Sports where the college football league, where you could go in and pick. I mean, we tried to do that with Play Action Sports Tools last year. It kind of failed, but I feel like if we did,
I'm just lazy. I didn't really do the pools good enough. That was really just on me being lazy. Sorry, Play Action.
I mean, we might just do it on Twitter. Like, hey, what do you think? Like the fan voting and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be fun. The pick'ems are coming up week 0. Oh, we're just so close, man. So close. I mean,
we are. It just feels good. It's in the air. It's close.
You taste it.
You can. It's just, I'm at peace right now. It's a good time to be alive.
Gas prices are going down.
0% inflation. 0.
Just hopefully the FBI doesn't raid our house this time.
Block O inflation. That's the goal. Block O inflation. Yeah. No raiding of the houses.
I also can't wait to see the turf week 1.
Which, the turf. I I didn't see it at Buckeye Country Superfest because they literally covered every single thing up with they had these special covers for every single bit of the turf. It was even the stage wasn't even on it. So I can confirm Luke Combs did not mess up the turf.
Good. If not, I'd be writing a letter to his. What I like about it is Travion Henderson will not trip over his own feet going for a big run.
Over under Mayan Williams 1,000 yards. Over under.
I'm going under.
Under. I'm gonna go under as well.
Just too much. I mean, with Evan Pryor and Mayan Williams, and I mean, they're gonna have packages for Evan Pryor. You know that.
I feel like Mayan's gonna go for 650, 700.
Between 6 and 8.
But he's gonna have like 15 touchdowns. He's gonna have an absurd amount of touchdowns.
I feel like Mitch Rossi is gonna have like 5 touchdowns this year, just from like on the goal line, just dinking it off to him.
DeJuan Jones at least 1 touchdown. He's gonna tackle eligible pass or screen to him. Watch it. I'm calling it. I know I said it last show. I'm calling it.
DeJuan Jones. He looks good. Weight loss. Apparently, On3 is suing
Berm. Yeah, they're suing Berm. I read the article from Kevin, who I get before he used to be at 11 Warriors, Kevin, and now he's at Awful Announcing, and it was a great article. Basically, it looks like Berm terminated with cause, basically, and because he has cause, he's contending that he can, start that podcast, keep writing and everything without a non-compete, and a non-3 guys basically saying, no, I have this non-compete. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm sure though, Berm's a smart guy, and like I said in the chat, I think Berm knows, and this is all speculation. I think that guy just knows that he's in the clear when he made that move. So I think it's just almost retaliatory from On3.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's ridiculous. It really is. So that's all I got, man.
Ohio State basketball. Good job, Holtman. This is a big moment. I forgot. I like to end with this. Very good, nice job, Coach Holtman. I will applaud you when you do well, and I'm giving you kudos. Beat Egypt in what was it, Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico, yeah.
Got some big recruits. I am pleased.
I like to
start the season on a high note.
I like to thank Jake Diebler, who's recruiting his ass off right now.
Yes, that's what it feels like. It feels like Holtman's like, I can't recruit. I'm going to let Diebler do all this, and then I'm just going to coach basketball.
Well, they had Joey Lane on the Buckeye show tonight, and he was talking about how much Jake Diebler means to the program.
Yeah. He's a great player and a great recruit. He's like their heartline.
He is. Joey Lane actually tweeted out that picture of the Spider-Mans with Brian Hartline and
did he?
Yeah. Jake Diebler.
Yeah, great minds think alike. Look at that. Yeah, that has to be. It makes sense though. I'm excited. I think
Middleton and Devin Royal is going to be nice.
I was shocked. I thought he was going to Bama or Michigan State. We
were talking about, because our Fairfield County Sports Network, we did Pickerington Central state tournament run last year. We were around them. So we all sat there tonight. All 6 of us sat there tonight and said, we swore he was going to Michigan State. All the rumors were saying he was going to Michigan State. How he ended up in Columbus, we would like to thank Jake Diebler and Sonny Styles.
And probably the Cardale and Brian Schottenstein.
Cardale Jones.
Yeah, I feel like that definitely had something to do with it, because Michigan State, I don't think, has anything like that.
Well, Michigan State just extended Tom Izzo
for life.
Basically, he's going to be making $2 million extra a year. By the way, the Reds cannot win in Iowa. They lost 4-2. Literally, the Cubs scored 4 runs in the first 2 innings, and the Reds can only manage to get 2 more. So, 2 different games from last year. 15-11 between the Sox and the Yankees last year. This year it was 4-2. Like if you can't hit a home run in Iowa, there's something wrong.
I looked up. All right, there's nothing Ohio State left about this show, but we're talking about some baseball while we wrap it up.
Field of Dreams.
Because we extended the Zoom, so we have extra time now. So we can do this. We can do this. We can talk a little baseball because why not? I think it's stupid. I hate the Field of Dreams field. I think the Little League field they did the 1 year in Williamsport. I love that as someone who's actually played on that field. That like I went to their camp twice. I was really psyched to see them do it at Williamsport, the one game. The Field of Dreams is dumb in my opinion.
They're not doing it next year though.
No, the best baseball movie of all time is Mr. 3000, and that's all I gotta say. Stan Ross, he's the boss.
It's the funniest. I will give you that.
It's the best. Dude, it teaches you how to be a teammate. It teaches you. No, if you don't enjoy the third place Brewers clinching third place, grinding it out, and Stan Ross, giving up his 3,000th hit for T-Rex Pennebaker to come score. That is a great movie, and I don't want anyone ever say that. That is not.
The Sandlot is the number one baseball movie.
I guess.
All right, before we end this, what's the number one football movie?
Replacements.
Mine's Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, that's good too.
You know what used to be my favorite until I figured out that majority of the movie was kind of fake, and the guy is an actual real life asshole in real life. Rudy.
Yeah, we can't. I actually have a signed Rudy hat. Maybe I should burn that before the game.
No, just what you do is give it to me to take to the Notre Dame game, and I'll buy a Bud Light. And when Ohio State beats Notre Dame's ass, I'll give him that Rudy signed hat and a Bud Light.
What? Why don't we just get a Notre Dame hat, get Tennessee Jeff to sign it, and say Rudy signed it, and give it to us?
Or just have the whole 1990, or just find a bunch of guys that played against Notre Dame from 95 to now, and just have them sign the Notre Dame hat. Like, here,
we get Buckeye guy to sign it. We'll pay the $5 fee, and then we'll just we'll pass out, be like, this was signed by Monte Te'o. Here you go, or just Brady Quinn.
Hey, no. Manti Te'o's ex-girlfriend signed this hat.
It just has a tag on it. It's a brand new hat.
And have a Bud Light.
I love it. Yeah. Wow.
That's all I got, bud.
That's all I got. That was foolish. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Bunch of Nuts podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe to us on YouTube. It helps out the algorithm. But as always, go Bucks.
Go Bucks.